After our children were diagnosed, my husband Mark and I often thought we were the only family struggling with eosinophilic disease. Feeling isolated and looking for answers and support, we turned to the internet to find some kind of link to other parents and additional information. In 2003, we discovered a few newspaper articles featuring families who had shared their stories, thinking that getting our story out might help others and hopefully connect us to other families. We contacted our local newspaper. They ran an article, the first in our immediate area, about Chase's diagnosis with EGID and his need to be fed through a G-tube. It worked! The article helped put us in touch with a couple of other families in neighboring cities. At that point, it became our quest to find and connect with other EGID families and patients in Michigan. We wanted to know if there were others, and if so, how many more? Where did they live? Were they also looking for answers? Did they feel alone? We needed to find out. It became our mission. By 2007, we had connected with 22 Michigan families. Just knowing there are others who are experiencing the same frustrations and have similar questions provides immeasurable support. We didn't want to stop there though. We had 22 families willing to roll up their sleeves and help. We wanted to be a part of any ongoing medical research. In short, we wanted to make a difference. At that point, we chose to contact Ellen about the possibility of starting a Michigan chapter of CURED. Ellen's message, the CURED message, was clear from the outset. The most effective way for us to make a difference was to help fund EGID research. Raise money for research for eosinophilic disease? Where would we start? Who would come? Nobody has ever heard of this disease. In reality, most people can't even pronounce it. I vividly remember my first response to Ellen. Okay, so what else can we do besides that? Because we would never be able to sponsor a successful fundraiser. Other than our family, who in the world would support us? In 2011, after a brainstorming session, 4 very nervous but very determined Michigan moms opted to try a bowling fundraiser. We networked and pooled our resources in 6 very short weeks. We had 16 bowling lanes filled, donated raffle items, and a few volunteers selling 50-50 tickets. Our goal, and it was a big one to us, was to raise and donate $2,500. At the end of the day, when we placed our call to Ellen from the bowling alley parking lot, I can't even begin to tell you how excited we were to share the news that we raised $7,000 at our very first event. Let's be honest here. Was it work? Yes, but we had so much fun doing it, knowing that we were making a difference for our children. It also motivated us. If we could raise that much money in just 6 weeks of planning, how much more could we raise if we had more time? In 2012, we sponsored our second event. We had people lining up outside the venue on the day of the event. We invited local media to attend. And after the tally-in was over, we had doubled the previous year's donations. We were also inspired to learn that for 2 weeks afterwards, daily checks payable to CURED were flying in. Not only was our Michigan chapter making a difference by bringing in funds for research, we were also increasing awareness about CURED and eosinophilic disease. Moms and dads, grandparents, and even local physicians began calling to ask questions or to find out what they could do to help. Equally as important, we were providing support to EGID families. Our Facebook page became a safe place for over 100 families in our state to share information, ask questions, and yes, even vent a little after a long night holding a sick child, or the crushing disappointment of a food trial failure. As we started planning our 2013 event, we faced a new but exciting problem. We needed more space. We nervously booked a double-sided bowling alley. Thankfully, CURED has always taken care of the venue deposit. Our focus was just to fill it. We opened registration 4 months in advance of the event. I'll acknowledge that I was a little concerned. Was the Mitten, our affectionate name for Michigan, going to be able to fill 60 lanes? In other words, come up with 360 bowlers, plus the volunteers needed to support our event? In a word, yes. Not only that, but we were sold out an entire month in advance. We ended up with 35 lane sponsors, 2 50-50 jackpots, 134 raffle items, and we raised over $30,000. In 2013, our CURED Michigan chapter grew by 45 members. We now have over 153 families. I say this with mixed feelings. Word of mouth, our fundraising efforts, and events such as this CURED conference are increasing awareness and helping direct PGID families to a place where they can find support. But it is also an unfortunate fact that our numbers are increasing because there are a growing number of patients being diagnosed with EGID, and so every time I'm asked to add a new member, it is a vivid reminder of why it's critically important that we help find a cure. I am very proud and thankful for each and every Michigan family that collaborates with us to raise funds for EGID research. I urge each of you to join us in raising money for CURED. Each and every hard-earned dollar is donated directly back to medical research. I would encourage you to network with your family, your friends, your coworkers, maybe even another family here today, to find ways to help us reach our ultimate goal, a cure. Ellen, Brandy, and I are available to help you make your event successful. We can provide suggestions and assist you with reaching out to your communities. It is extremely rewarding to know that you are making a difference in the lives of EGID patients and their families. There are over 100 registered attendees at this conference. There are approximately 25 states and 2 countries represented here. If each one of us were to go back home and just tell our friends, neighbors, and family members about the need for additional research dollars, imagine what could happen. We can be the difference. We can do this. Working together, we will beat eosinophilic disease. Thank you.